Guys, we have so much stuff to talk about today. A lot of news came out. We have heavyweights come out. They did impact the market. We'll get to that. We'll show you how things are looking. We may have a short, quick turnaround quote cycle to use. I don't really want to test it in 1 week. I'd rather wait and take a look at it through at least one more week before we jump in and spend a lot of coins on it. But we will track that. I'll show you what I'm talking about. We have so much stuff. I had to take some notes. Ultimate Kickoff comes out tomorrow. We'll see what kind of stuff that is going to bring. Rumor is there's one player from each team, so this may be a much bigger promo than we had last year for Ultimate Kickoff. We'll take a look at it tomorrow and see. Hopefully it's something good. We waited a little while for this promo, and then we got news on Series 2 that is going to drastically impact the market. It probably already has, and we're going to go over a couple tips on how to prep for that. I'm Buffalo K, a.k.a. The Accountant. Let's jump in. Okay, let's dive right into the market and see how things have gone today with heavyweights coming out. We had DeMar Dotson and my guy, the guy that plays with his hair on fire every single game, Mr. Jerry Hughes of the Buffalo Bills. Solid card, but another right end. We've had there's a good number of right ends out there right now, so maybe not the best timing for that card, but still a solid card. We'll take a look at him and see if we wanted to grab him today or not. So 80 to 81s were at 11,350 yesterday. You can see they're up to about 12,000 right now. So they're up a little bit. I'm sorry, they're down a little bit. They were at 1250. No, I'm looking at that wrong. You can see they're at about 12,000. I saw some just a little while ago selling for 12,500. So they are up about 1,000 from yesterday. So not too bad. So if you can snipe them on a Team of the Week day for 9,000, you could have made a slight profit today. Not too bad. So heavyweights are having an impact. Like we said, that happens because people forget that they need training on flashback and heavyweights days, so the prices of cards go up. 82 to 83s. Yesterday, they were at 16,500. Today, we are back into the 18,000 range. 17,500 to 18,000 is probably where you're going to want to be. So, again, you could have bought a whole bunch yesterday for under 16,500. Remember, 16,500 was the bottom baseline we saw just by doing this filter by quality all, and that's it. Same as we're checking right now. So we know that you could have found guys for a better price than 16,500 yesterday and sell them today for about 18,000. The bigger guys, 84 to 85, almost no change. Still no change. Like I said before, I think this is because these cards have been overvalued. So 84s are chilling at about 31.5. Yesterday they were at 32.5. So they're down about 1,000. Not really a big jump. 85s, we can cruise down to here, are at, I think I saw them at 45,000 a little while ago. Yeah, 46,000. So see that jump right there between 84s and 85s, about a decent little jump. But again, that's because these guys go into the trade-in sets. Real quick, the new players, the new guys. Let's go down here. Let's go to heavyweights. And see, they're cheap. They are cheap today. They're about 100 to 120,000 coins. Not too awfully priced, but a new right tackle always needed, Mr. DeMar Dotson. A little lacking in the run blocking. Right now, the way the game's played, running is crucial. His run block is not that great. But I know a lot of people have been holding off on right tackle, waiting for some better guys to come out. So for pass defense, his pass stats, defense stats are really good. If they can still stop an edge rush or edge threat, I wouldn't count on it. So probably not going to go with Mr. DeMar Dotson today. We'll take a look at Mr. Jerry Hughes. We already had Justin Houston come out. Jerry Hughes sitting at about 130. Oh, there's only 2 up right now. 3 up. Okay, 120, 130. Maybe we might open a pack here and see if we can't grab him. Jerry Hughes, 78 speed is pretty solid, though, for a right end. I do like that. 90 finesse move, 88 block shedding. Throw a little bit of chems on him. You should get him at 90 block shedding as well. 87 play rec. I like this card a lot, especially if you want to spy someone like Lamar Jackson or Vic with Escape Artist. You're still probably not going to catch them. But not a bad spy. I do kind of like this card to use as a spy. He is quick. He can get off the line. He can get off of blocks. So I do like this card, but no power up yet. But that could change next week when Series 2 comes out. Before we get into the impact of Series 2, let's go ahead and jump over, take a look at our price guide. I like to pull this up once a day so that you guys can see, what the prices are looking like. This thing is not a secret, so by all means, feel free to screenshot it. I don't care. Subs on Twitch, my subscribers on Twitch do get access to this. They get the actual links. They can go in and pull it up whenever they want. But like I said, it's still not a secret. I show it on stream every day. I show it on here every day. So if you need to screenshot it, if you can't or don't want to sub on Twitch, by all means, do it that way. The info is here, just so we can go ahead and take a look and have an idea. But do remember, prices change throughout the day. This is when I take prices about 5:30, 6 o'clock every day. In the morning, they're different. Later in the evening, they're going to be different. So keep that in mind. And these prices are only on Xbox. On PS4, the prices may be different, but the shifts in the market should be relatively the same. PC, I'm sorry, you guys are on your own little island out there because the market is so drastically different that I can't even begin to track it. There's almost no movement, it seems like, every day, and that's purely a volume-based thing. In the future, I'm hoping to see maybe a cross-platform auction house at a minimum, if not player-based as well. I think that would be ideal to extend the longevity of this game, especially on PC. So our spreadsheet, let me zoom in a little bit for you real quick. Go down here to these guys. You can see our shifts for the last about 2 weeks. Highest we've seen on 80/81s was 13.5, so we're not too far off of that. It has not dropped that much as of today. Again, tomorrow, Ultimate Kickoff, I expect this to drop substantially. 82 to 83s, we're at 18,000 right now. Highest we've seen is 22.5, so that's a significant drop from those guys. 84s are, let's see, where were we at? Where was our highest? 38,000 about a week ago, down to 32.5 today. So you can tell that Team of the Week coming out on Tuesday definitely changed this price right here. We did not spike up from 33 back up to 38, a 5,000 coin flip. This week we only went from 30,000 to 32.5. So keep that in mind going forward. These gaps in prices may get a lot smaller. 85s, I think the highest we've seen in the past 2 weeks is about 52,000. They've gotten down to as low as 40. Right now we showed them before up to about 46. So not a huge swing, but decent enough. We do track the 86, 87s, but these are a bit more of a linear drop. As you can see here, I don't expect too much to change on there week to week anyway. I do expect them to come down even more with Ultimate Kickoff, and then even furthermore on the 20th when Series 2 kicks off. Series 2 will most likely drop the market a good chunk. It should be a substantial drop. You can see we do track the Legend prices. That's going to be for something later. Maybe come Series 2, we get Legend exchange sets. I think that's when we got them last year. It was right about the start of Series 2. If that happens, that column is going to become far more important. And last year was one of the best ways to make coins week after week. It felt like cheating, the amount of coins we were able to make off of those Legend cards. So we're going to track those very closely and see if that comes back again this year. Maybe it won't be the lowest card. Maybe it'll be the tier 2 cards, the ones with like little X in the background that aren't the full Legends, the 85s, 86, 87s. Maybe that'll be it. We'll have to wait and see how it comes out. But we will track that and make sure that we find a way to capitalize on it. So, now, Series 2. Series 2. Series 2 is going to bring a lot of changes, okay? First and foremost, power-ups, right? Every series last year, anyway, in Madden 19, new series brought in a dump truck worth of new power-up cards. You can go through, take a look at some of your cards in your binder, right? Take a look at some of these guys. Like I said, Jerry Hughes doesn't have one, right? And we can tell from the little icons in the right corner. Let's pull Jerry Hughes back up again real quick, just because I know that he does not have one. Jerry Hughes, no power-up. The icon is missing in the upper left-hand corner of that card. Not like Dwight Freeney here, who has the icon underneath his archetype. That little icon, that's the power-up icon. If the card does not have that, it means that this card does not have a power-up. Or at a minimum, this card does not go into his power-up set. But we know that this card does go in, or even his base card here, his 79 base card does not have a power-up as well. I would assume with him getting a heavyweight, maybe he gets a power-up here in Series 2. So go through your binder, take a look at some cards that maybe you would like to use if you're using a theme team, and hope that maybe that power-up comes in Series 2 along with some updates to that card. Another thing that's going to happen in Series 2, this one's kind of big. Let's go to Twitter and take a look at this one. I changed my mind, not going to Twitter, but we are going to the EA forums. The EA forums have a whole bunch of info here regarding Series 2. So these guys that you see on your screen right now, Mr. Career Tribute, Andrew Luck, Kellen Winslow, Willie Lanier, all the Legend Limited so far, all the Signature Series so far, from Eddie Jackson all the way down to Phillip Rivers. Team of the Week, Sammy Watkins, who yesterday was at 1.3 million coins. And the latest 3 MUT 10 players, Bo Jackson, Patrick Willis, and Michael Vick, are coming back into cards, or I'm sorry, coming back into packs as non-legends. That's massive. That is absolutely massive. So that's telling me that these cards, all of these cards that have been limiteds and are since out of packs and you can't get them right now, are going to be back in packs as regular cards. They will no longer be limiteds. Your limiteds, if you have them, still maintain that 250,000 coin quick sell. These new ones out of packs. So if you pull a Bo Jackson on September 20th, that card will not be limited and will not carry a 250,000 coin quick sell. It will be a normal 91 overall card. If you have these limiteds right now, it may be too late. I hope it's not. It'll probably be worse come the 20th. I would recommend selling right now, like today, like before these prices completely tank. Maybe the scare has already happened. They probably already dropped off. I haven't looked at them yet. But when these cards are out and they become more prominent, maybe not even prominent, they're going to be hard to pull, right? I'm sure they're still going to be very hard. I mean, when was the last time you pulled a 91? That's rare anyway. But they're going to be back out there. They're going to keep coming out of packs. So as time goes on, they're going to becoming more and more common and will drastically decrease their value. Michael Vick already burned a lot of you guys that tried to invest in him over the weekend, and it's awful. Lamar Jackson came out. We talked about him yesterday. The poor man's Michael Vick tanked Michael Vick's price quickly down to about the price of Bo Jackson, that like 1.8 million coins, what they were at yesterday. I'm sure they're lower today. But I would still probably get out sooner than later, because once Series 2 comes around, that card's no longer exclusive and is back in packs. One more thing that's going to happen with Series 2. This screen in the store is going to change. The competitive currency store is going to change. Von Miller is going to go away. We're going to get a new Series 2 MasterCard. Von Miller is going to go back into packs, though. He's not gone forever. He is another one, too, that from what I remember earlier in the year, it's not posted in the EA forums right now, but I remember early in the year when they kind of went over the landscape of the game and how things were going to work, they said that this 91 overall Von Miller, the Series Master players, would go into packs as non-limiteds. Well, they're not limited now. They're just acquired a different way. But they were going to go back into normal packs as a normal 91. His price also, if you have the auctionable one, is going to tank if that happens. I would not hold Von Miller hoping his price to go up. That card will inherently go down in price. The last part about Series 2, very, very important regarding your competitive trophies. If you don't spend them by the end of Series 1, you'll still have them. They carry over into Series 2, but at half rate. At half rate. So if you have 400 trophies right now, come September 20th, Series 2 starts. You no longer have 400, you have 200. They go down by half. Do not sit on these unless you are willing to sacrifice one half of your trophies. If you're one of these guys who plays a ton of head-to-head, a ton of weekend league, you get your solo battles done, you've just been grinding the game like crazy, and for some reason, you're still sitting on 2,000 trophies, I don't know that I would sit on all of them. You could sit on them, but just be aware that come September 20th, you will no longer have 2,000 trophies. You will have 1,000 trophies. And that should be enough to go ahead and grant you the next level of Coach Madden. That is a game that you can play. If you want to load up on Series 1 trophies now and carry them into Series 2 because you've already got these 3 Coach Madden collectibles, go for it. I don't think these 3 go away per se. I think this part will still stay here. It's either that or the next one, it will be, you'll have 6 remaining, not 3. Right now, you can only power him up 3 times. Next one, if it brings 3 more power-ups for Coach Madden, it should bring it up to 6 remaining, not that 3. But if you've already bought the 3, maybe you only get 3 more. Maybe it'll be in a different tile and not the same one. And this one stays on there so you can continue to power them. And then one last quick note on Series 2 before we call it a day. Do not ignore the possibility of a change in the exchange sets. Right now, the highest you can go, or you can add in 3 85 to 86 overall players for random 87 to 88. I would not be surprised if you get a trade-in set where you can turn in 2 or 3 87 to 88s for a random 89. I think last year they started going, instead of groupings like that, it started going for, a +1 player. 2 87s turn into an 89. If it turns into an 88 to a 90, that can be massive. Those 90 overall cards are really expensive. So go ahead, take a look at some of the 89 overall players, see which ones are super valuable, and then see if maybe during the crash this week, when kickoff comes out and then when MUT 10 comes out on Friday, maybe you can grab some 87s for really cheap and stock them away for next week. It may happen. It might not happen. Those upgrade sets did not happen every series. It could happen later, mid-series. But last year they were normally at the beginning of a new series. That little pro tip reminder came from my guy Swain Games. Make sure you check him out on Twitter and Twitch. Awesome, fantastic streamer and part of the Bills Mafia. He texted me earlier today. He was like, "Hey, don't forget about this. This might work." So I agree. I think it could be a thing. I know he's going to load up on some 87s, and he likes doing these sets, though. They're fun to watch. We'll see if that works out. Hopefully it works out for him. And with best case scenario, it's an 89 to 90 overall set, and grab 6 or 9 of them, and hopefully you can do 2 or 3 rerolls. I'm not advising you to do it. I'm not saying it's a must do. I'm not saying it's a coin maker. I'm just saying that is a possibility of a change that could happen. So keep that in mind. That's all I got for today. Guys, I'm Buffalo K, aka The Accountant. If this information helps you, if you're going to put it to practice, and if you think you're going to make a gazillion coins off of some of these methods, do me a favor and go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're going to try to bring this to you every single day. If I can't do it here, click the links down below. I will drop info on Twitter, and on Twitch we will put some of these theories and practices into play live, so you can come in and check it out and get direct feedback from me instantaneously.